Before there was anything else, there was the river. It was born of melting ice sheets, and it provided the fastest, easiest way to move in a land of solid forest. Native Americans canoed past this place for millennia, but did not settle here in large numbers. The French priests and explorers moving west from Quebec followed their king's orders and focused on three things: find a way to China, convert natives to Christianity, and acquire fur pelts. The only big Indian settlements were hundreds of miles north around Georgian Bay, and exploration drove west from there, leading all the way to the Mississippi River. The French were in Michigan for 100 years before they established Detroit and began to settle Michigan as farmers. A few brave families came to the land just south of Marine City in the 1760s to begin ribbon or strip farms, and occasionally had visits from priests in Detroit. More settlers came in the 1770s and 80s, and a little French Catholic community developed. They named a small tributary river here La Belle Riviere. A steady arrival of other Europeans began in earnest in the 1790s, and Michigan was declared a territory in 1805. Catholic Point and Yankee Point were two early names for this place. An ambitious, energetic settler named Samuel Ward arrived in 1818. He became a shipbuilder, a brickmaker, and a land speculator. People started calling the community Ward's Landing, but Ward preferred it to be known as the village of Newport. Unfortunately, he neglected to legally register that name. In 1825, the Erie Canal was finished, and the boom times began. From then till the turn into the 20th century, Marine City became a major boat-building town. An estimated 250 ships were built and launched right here in the calm waters of the Belle River. The wood came from the immediate forests. The land was clear-cut from the river as far west as Ira Township. Old photographs from the 1870s and later show a strange absence of trees in the community that was now called the Village of Marine. Fortunes were made, other new industries were tried, and wealth was lavished on luxurious homes that reflected the popular styles of the day. Stately Italianates suffered the one-upsmanship of the Queen Anne's. If you had it, you flaunted it. In 1884, the town fathers hired an architect and commissioned a town hall that rivaled Detroit and Port Huron in style. In 1887, the Village of Marine was incorporated as the city of Marine City. The century ended in grand style. But the salt mines closed for want of investment dollars. Ships began to be made of iron plate and then steel, an impossible technology here. The barrel factory closed and the brick factory too. What had been noisy, dirty, money-making production centers gradually disappeared. Manufacturing sites became largely residential. Jobs could be found in shipping, farming, retail, and light industry. From the 50s on, the best jobs were on the line making cars or parts. This subdued economy saved one of Marine City's greatest treasures, her old architecture. People weren't wealthy enough to tear down the old and build something new, so the old houses survived, sometimes carefully kept up, and sometimes to suffer being cut into tiny apartments. But they endured. About the 1960s, a slow, steady progression of new owners dedicated to preservation and restoration started. Accident and ignorance have cost us some of our old architectural treasures. This new century opened with a reminder that protecting your past still takes some vigilance. Most recently, we have handled a threat to City Hall, and we intend to bring her back better than ever. Our historical society was instrumental in saving this building. Marine City is a small town on the river. It's quaint, it's charming, it's friendly. It has lovely waterfront parks, a sand beach, and a robust antiques industry. It also has gumption. By election, an all-new progressive mayor and commission now steers the city. So far, the last year alone has seen the start of a facade restoration program, the start on restoration of the historic City Hall, the designation of historic district status for that building, the realization of a streetscape project at the entrance to the riverfront, the first full season of a summer concert series, the construction of a waterside amphitheater by the Historical Society, and formation of a leaders' summit to keep all civic groups informed. Oh, and yes, the embrace of the notion that a summertime music festival would be a great way to have some fun and tell the world about Marine City. A casual committee started the process, which then morphed into a tax-exempt corporation. Marine City Music Festival Incorporated has exciting plans for July 9, 10, 11, and 12 of 2009. Thursday, July 9th, we'll open the festival with a Caribbean-style beach party at the city beach. Reggae rhythms and steel band lilt will lure dancers, and local restaurants will run beach shack food stalls for the hungry and thirsty ones. Friday, July 10th, we'll concentrate on Celtic culture. We're having a ceilidh at the amphitheater. It's a Celtic thing. A full pipe band will alternate with a smaller traditional instrumental group. Singers and dancers will round out the show. Arts and crafts vendors will be open for business too. The video arts exhibit will open and run till Sunday night. Saturday, July 11th, the vendors will be open all day. A Kids Paint the Sidewalks project will start and run for hours. Garage bands will get their 45 minutes of fame. With a battle of the bands, and come late afternoon, a blues extravaganza will begin. A series of blues groups will perform in a tent at one of the city parks. Food and drink vendors will contribute to a laid-back ambiance as we celebrate this uniquely American musical art. Sunday, the action starts in churches with a concert of organ music, followed by a rousing gospel choir, and concluding with a student-teacher piano recital. A special exhibit of the art of quilting will be installed in one of our churches. Early evening will see the doors open at the historic Lester House for special tours and the presentation of a champagne and chamber music concert by candlelight. Across the street, the Pride and Heritage Museum will be open for tours. It's an eclectic program meant to appeal to a wide range of people. We want to entice Tri-County Metro Detroiters to drive up and Port Huron and Thumb neighbors to drive down. Canadian music lovers are heartily welcome too. We think we are right on target in offering variety to folks. Our goal is to create a high-quality musical weekend that will draw our friends and lots of people we haven't met yet. We think they'll come back once they see all that we have to offer. Maybe they'll say, "Take me to the river." The residents of Marine City are fine folk, and we welcome any opportunity you have to visit our fair city. Thank you. I'm Mayor Bob Lepley.